Greetings, namaste, Monsoon Biswakarma here, and another night, another gear for us all to see. So, what I've got tonight for you is this Sonic IR by Sonicake. So, this is the first IR kind of unit that we have brought into the studio, and for the price it comes in, again, there can be a lot of things that you could expect from a device like this, but when you actually see the price it comes in, that it becomes it really becomes a tough choice, and Sonic IR presents exactly a case like that, something that you really need, and it might not be the best in its game, but when it comes at the right price, it really makes you think about it. And yeah, without further ado, this is what the device itself comes in. It's pretty basic. You have this USB C that you can go into so that you can load your own IRs. Uh, it comes with a set of 11. It comes with a set of 11 cabinets, some of them base cabinets too, and we'll run through them on the website itself. So it's a pretty basic uh, packaging, and it does come with this Velcro so that you can put it on your pedal board. Very thoughtful of Sonicake. So yeah, that's the box. It's pretty nice, and this is the device itself. Now let's run through the spec, whatever it is that they are saying about this one. So yeah, in Sonicake's own website, and so far all the reviews that I see about it, all of them mark it pretty high. So let's just see: simple and efficient impulse response loading tool for simulating all kinds of speaker cabinets, 11 on-board classic guitar bass cabinet simulations with volume control. And there is a volume control. I don't know if you can see from far up there, but there's this small knob right here that controls the overall output of the cabinet. Super easy drag and drop operation for managing IR files, and it is very easy. I tried it, and it's just wave files that you drag and drop, and there's definitely a specific kind of wave file that you will have to choose. Like for IR processing, they have again addressed it here to 24-bit 44.1 kilohertz and 1024 points. A signal to noise ratio 100 dB, frequency range 20 hertz to 20 kilohertz, and it's a balanced XLR output for plugging into mixer or audio interface or a PA system. And right now what we are doing is directly going into the audio interface, and it works with a 9-volt power supply, which it does not come with. You need to get it separate. So yeah, that's that. And they also provide you this small card where they have mentioned all the default IR settings, all the 11 IRs that they have put in here. I mean the cabinets, so you can just shuffle through them as you look through them. But right now, let me read you through the website itself. Number one is Champion 1.8, which is a Fender Champ cabinet. It is a 1x8-inch cabinet. Another is Vox 212 kind of AC30 cabinet, and Fender 65. Number 3 is Fender 65 Twin Reverb 212 cabinet. Number 4 is Marshall 2550 212 cabinet. Number 5, Fender 59 Bassman 410. Number 6, Orange PPC 412 cabinet. And number 7, it's a Marshall 9060 412. Number 8, it is 6505 412. Number 9, Mesa Boogie rectifier 412 cabinet. And let me just say this clearly: all the cabinets that you will hear on here, you will sort of get the hint of the sounds that you really want. I mean, from the kind of cabinets that they mention even on the specs. But right out of the box, I think most of you players who are going to go into devices like this are also going to have their own preferences of cabinets and IRs. So you can pretty much load your own IR and you're green to go. Like, what I'm breaking it down to is maybe load your own IRs. You might not be too satisfied with whatever is being offered on default, But that being said, you heard what I came with. That was a Mesa Boogie rectifier 412 cabinet. At least it was supposed to be that. But I really like it. Within the unit itself, within the default IRs that they have put into the device, the one that I gravitated to the most was the Mesa Boogie 412. And another, I think it could be number 4 or number 3, which is on number 3 it's a Fender 65 Twin 212, and number 4 it's a Marshall 212 cabinet. And number 10 is M Bass 210. It's a Mark Bass 210 cabinet. And number 11 is an Ampeg SVT S10F 810 cabinet. So yeah, pretty good varieties of cabinets. And again, don't get me wrong when I say you might prefer your own IRs to this. It is pretty basic and what it is going to sound like. And if it does your work, definitely go with it. Does it work in a moment of, in that pinch moment of backup where everything goes down and you need to connect and then you need to sound good, decent for your crowd? Yes, it does. All the 11 IRs that have been placed here, you will find one or two that you will prefer. But that being said, why take the risk? Like, it's very easily switchable. It's a drag and drop operation. You load your own wave files and then you get your IRs. So when things are that easy, maybe don't slack off much. So load your own IRs if that's what you're into. Now, too much talk. Now I'll run you through let's come opposite. I'll run you through 11 to 1. All the default settings and the amps that we have set up today is here we have a Fender style amp, and here it's Marshall Plexi style, and here we have a Soldano. And there's a very simple kind of setup tonight. What I've done is placed a delay with very minimum amount of mix on the back, and on the front we have a distortion, an overdrive pedal to push it up. So you can truly hear all about. Now what can I say, you could truly hear, maybe I will try to cover as much use case scenarios as possible, let's say it that way. Now on the 11 Ampeg SVT 810, now this is a bass cabinet, but you're going to hear it through guitars, so hopefully you get it. And when you play bass cabinets on guitars, you readily sound huge, and it might not be your thing, but if you're into experimentations, even in the case of physical cabinets, real physical cabinets, try out some bass cabinets too. They are fun. Very boomy. And another Mark Bass 210 cabinet. On this one, let's play with the Plexi. Very raw sounding and definitely still boomy because again it's a bass cabinet. And on number 9 it's Mesa Boogie. And if I had to pick a favorite within the device right now, that would be this exact cabinet, the Mesa Boogie rectifier 412 cabinet sound. And on my own setup, which is a Kemper, and even on the Quad Cortex, the Mesa Boogie cabinet is not the most regular cabinet for me, but on this device, this is what I resonate with the most, which is again the reason I'm telling you, like, the kind of sounds that you're going to hear from the device is going to be a very referential kind of sound. You will get near to what is written here, and with the right EQ you can maybe you could get close enough, but the instantaneous feel that you get right when you play the right when you play the cabinet, it might disappoint you. Not in a bad way, but take these as just reference points. It will get the job done. It's very good for the price it comes in, and you could always load your own IRs. So that rests the case. Pretty punchy. And like I mentioned, there's this volume knob right here for the cabinet itself. We are full blown right now. Let's come a little bit down, sort of 3 o'clock. So you just don't hear that volume roll off. You can also hear that the cabinet itself gets a bit more tamed. And the more I play with it, I feel like coming the full way up might not be the best choice. That's what I'm feeling. Just go the full way up and then roll off just a little bit, tiny bit. And that is where you will find this proper cabinet kind of response. And again, this is all subjective. This is my own personal taste. So let's move on to the next. The next is 6505 on number 8. And there's definitely bite, as you can, I hope you're hearing it. Like when you're really digging in, you do hear the parts where you dig in, like through the cabinet. So it's a good thing on that part. And that is why I feel like if it can do that much with the right IR, it is definitely going to sound near to your own preferences. So for the price it comes in, for the kind of device it is, kudos to Sonicake. The next one, we have a UK 1960 412 Marshall 1960 412 cabinet. And it's a Marshall plexi kind of head right now. And one thing that I noticed on this, normally when you are going directly into the cabinet of the quad cortex itself, or when we are playing here with something like torpedo or real cab, this volume roll off thing is really good working. But right now with the IR Sonicake IR device that we have here, I feel like it doesn't really come quite as nice, the roll off. And if you're coming into the channel often, you must realize that I do this volume roll off thing on other demos too. On those, it is much more transparent, it is much more of a fuller response than this. To me, what it feels like is with this Sonic IR, when I'm rolling my volume off, it definitely cleans up. So that's not the problem here. But what I don't like the way it's cleaning it up. You lose more than you should, and that's my feeling. And I wanted to show you that. Next up, We have Orange 412 PPC. And where it does not give you in those roll of features, it it definitely gives you in terms of that initial feel, and it right now it does not seem to keep up with the sustain and the attack part, which I'm all about in my own kind of playing. But it does nail down the feel part. Like, you definitely hear, okay, this is how it's supposed to sound. I get the thing, that's the feel that you get here. It definitely takes those chimey rhythm situations very well. And as you can hear, I'm rolling it off as I'm playing, and I just feel like it takes away more when you're rolling off on this IR device. Gets the job done, but might not do it exactly the way you like it to. And the next, BM59, which is a 59 Bassman 410 cabinet. Yeah. Let's use the Fender style with this one. Another thing to show, getting the drive on a clean amp setting. And this really comes off well when you have to do this sudden boomy breeze parts in your song, like things like that when you have to connect two things and you really need to jump on your guitar. Like, put a drive on a clean amp, it sounds pretty boomy. And the next up, Marshall 212 cabinet. Now this one is something that I felt I would gravitate to, because that's normally what I use, a Marshall 212 cabinet on a vintage 30 or 70 80 kind of setting. But now what I got here was pretty surprising to what I am regularly used to. It now, again, don't get me wrong, it does give you the hint of it being able to nail down a 212 kind of feel, but you still feel like it's lacking a lot. So again, put your own IRs. The other one is a Fender 65 212 twin reverb. Yeah, on number 3. Let's time the gain a little down. pretty savvy. Now, Vox AC30 212. This is number two. Sorry. Yeah, this. Yeah, this is number two. This might be another sound that I really like. Again, when I tried it the first time around, it did not hit me like that. But now let's check if that was because the drive was on. Pretty nice. And the last one, Fender Champ 1.8 cabinet. That's the number one. And we're still on the Fender amp. It definitely does that 8-inch boxy speaker thing very well. So yeah, with devices like this, when these things come in this kind of price, it can always be a hit or miss. But with Sonic IR, I think what they have tried to do to their best of capacities is they have really tried to figure out what a regular gigging musician would need. And I'm not saying want, it's a completely need kind of device right here. Like a lot of you guys might have analog setups, a lot of you might be playing with processors, and some processors they don't really give you a very good cabinet situation. And for those, it can definitely be an add-on. For all of you analog players who want to go direct in and don't want the extra hassle to go buy something like HX Stomp X, HX Stomp, yeah, I think that's HX Stomp or HX Stomp XL, or any amp simulation for that matter, like the Tone X or the Kemper Player, or whatever amp solution that you have. Like you like your pedal board and you just want you like your preamps and you already have a good amp that you like, but you just want to go direct in to the front of the house so you don't become too much of a hassle for the sound guy. Because again, these days most of us are already switching into digital gears. Not saying that the analog players are not out there, they're definitely out there, but even the venues, they try to push the more quiet stage scenario these days. At least that's what my experience has been like so far. So for all you analog players, this becomes a really good addition, and when you don't want to spend too much, this is a really great solution. Bring in your own IRs, load in your own IRs, and you're right there in the mark. So I think Sonicake with this one has really done a good job. And now I would like to really talk about the kind of economy that Nepal belongs to. It's a third world country. And yes, there are definitely people who can buy all kinds of things. But one thing, all the major things that we see on the internet, they take good amount of time to trickle down to places like ours. And whatever things that come here come through a good amount of segregation, and you need to order things, you need to place order for whatever it is that you like, and sometimes you are paying higher for it, sometimes you get a good deal. So it's a very tricky situation over there. And when devices like this from companies like Sonicake, who are doing good, right now. Like they are trying to. I see their pedals, and I really feel like they are trying to do something for that gigging musician who is gigging every day, and that guy is up and coming, man. Like this guy does not have a lot of bucks to spend. This guy wants that amp in a box kind of solution for a very good price. Sonicake has done it. Like it definitely is a welcoming device for an economy like ours. Again, nothing against buying good stuff. Like I play with a Kemper, I play with a Reverend, so we all can have our choices. But for that gigging musician who is looking for that cabinet in a box solution for your already existing analog pedal, or maybe you want to upgrade, you are using something on the lower end from the processors, and you want to give out a different cabinet sound out of your unit, this becomes a pretty good solution. So yeah, kudos to Sonicake. And again, you might not like what has been offered here on the default, but spend some time. It will definitely grow on you, and you will definitely find use case scenarios. I mean, this device, within the device, whatever default IRs that come in, they're not that bad at all. Like if you spend some time with them, you will find your use case scenario. What I'm reacting off of is my initial reaction to whatever sounds that I'm getting. Like if you could see throughout the video, I stuck on some. It was only because I wanted to find some more within it, which means it's a good thing. Like it will definitely do its job. It will fulfill your need, and that is how I'm saying this device is a need fulfilling device. So you can go direct out, and you don't have to take the hassle of carrying a big ass cabinet and miking it up on the stage. So I forgot to play you some Soldano sounds. So I'm switching back to the Mesa Boogie Rectifier 412 cabinet, and let's hear some Soldano with pushed with a drive amp. I mean a drive pedal in front. And for Nepali viewers, maybe this hits a mark with you.